groups that do a lot of really good things. But the relationships, I think, among our members and the genuine concern they have for a lot of the issues that, quite frankly, a lot of groups put out there as being their goal. But it's so genuine, and it's something that I think everyone feels very strongly and passionately about, that it made it really easy to be enthusiastic about it. And so giving your time was actually fairly painless because everybody was doing it, it was fun, and I felt like we were doing something good.
But I also think it's real important for Asian Americans to have a place at the table, and DAABA does a lot for making that happen with other groups around town, and you know what I mean. And so I think we've slowly over the years, the past 25 years, made more and more of a mark and more significant things, as evidenced by the awards banquet, how many people come, and the kind of speakers we have. It's been very, very rewarding intrinsically to see how it's grown from just, you know, a handful of people that get together and get completely ignored to people that are taken seriously and have a place at the table.
When you're practicing law and you're networking, and you know you've got a lot of people that you can network with and make some meeting with, it's sometimes hard to find a group that you really feel like you fit in with. And I think DAABA is just that perfect size of you know, really genuine people, but also a good size where you can get to know people on a personal level. And so I think that it's just a perfect group to really, for whether you're a young lawyer coming in or you're a lawyer that's been around for 30 years, where you can really get to know make some personal friendships.
And I think our first big event that I attended was actually at the Red Brick Courthouse. And when we had all the dragon dancers out there, and everybody came, judges, local community leaders, that was my proudest moment. It was like the first time that we grew up.
When several of our DAABA members went to Washington, D.C. for the National Asian Pacific Bar Association meeting. Let me tell you, before then, I never knew how fun that Asian attorneys could be.
I believe it was in Washington, D.C. I roomed with Wei, and we had Wei, Susie, Michelle, Brenda, Rose, Judge, and we all went to some restaurants together, and I remember we just had a blast.
So we went to D.C. and we had a blast.
In fact, I think we were infamously called the Dallas Mafia. So we left a mark.
I mean, we went to the Smithsonian Institute reception, and we had such a good time, and we were trying to be real quiet, trying to sneak out to go to dinner, and of course we attracted everybody's attention, and we had lots of the Dallas people, Dallas Mafia leaving.
And it was a core group of probably 10 or 15 of us that were in the organization and that were doing things for DAABA. And through that, we became really, really close friends. And I mean, that's the whole reason that I'm still a part of DAABA, is my very, very best friends are DAABA members and have been from way back. And so I just really appreciate the camaraderie that we developed and you know, the friendships that I've gotten through DAABA.
The DAABA members who have stepped up and become prominent and become leaders, and whose names are synonymous with success and are experts in their fields and partners in their firms and leaders in the community. So I am proud to be associated with those leaders.
It was just a very tight-knit group, and we did a lot of things together. We had really, we didn't know what the organization was going to turn out to be like, but I think we had high hopes then.
You know, my year as president, we started a few new things like the awards event, and it's just been really neat to see how DAABA's taken that and made it better every year, and raised a lot of money for scholarships, and it's just been really impressive.
Getting started, getting organized, and remaining committed to having an organization and not going separate ways, staying together.
Because I'm proud to be Asian, and I'm proud to be associated with Asians.
So you give back. You give back to an organization that promotes goodness. That's what DAABA does.